Let us act now so that those who come after us may inherit a world of peace and prosperity rather than bear the burden of our failures.
The vast majority of people in this country and across the world have the right view, which is they don't want there to be war, they want people to live peacefully together, to sort of share resources, global cooperation. That's what the majority of people want.
In a world often divided, plagued by the spectre of a world war, and the untold generational human suffering that it would bring, one voice has remained a constant clarion call for peace through universal justice. That is the voice of Hazrat Khalifatul Masih V, may Allah be his helper. For over a decade, Hazur has been warning of that coming war and constantly advocating for peace through universal justice. His voice has reached prime ministers, presidents, parliamentarians and religious leaders across the world. Hazur has continuously been championing the message of peace through universal justice.
The world sits on a precipice of global war at the moment. His Holiness Hazrat Mirza Masroor Ahmad, the 5th Caliph of the Ahmadiyya Muslim community, for more than 20 years has been speaking about the direction of travel that the world is taking, filled with injustice, which is leading to a lack of peace. At his last peace symposium this year, not only did he speak about how Islam has solutions to some of these issues, but he quoted many people in the world, prime ministers and people who have great expertise in justice and international relations, who are all echoing the same thing. And the panelists that we had today really very much focused on those very real issues. The fact that we cannot have peace without justice, and the fact that diplomacy cannot exist without the values that underpin it.
His is a message of moral guidance, not political ambition, of principled leadership rather than personal gain. Year after year, Hazur's voice has rung out as a call for peace and a call for justice. Here at the community's annual convention, that mission continues, and that message is echoed by members of the Ahmadiyya Muslim community. This year, we took a look at several of the ways in which that message of peace was being portrayed and continued at the Jalsa Salana.
So this year in the exhibition, we're speaking about two things. One, the potentialities for a third world war, and secondly, Hazur's solutions to those, which are all grounded within Islamic principles. So one of the things that really struck me in the research phase of the exhibition was the Doomsday Clock, which is run by the Bulletin of Atomic Scientists, and it's a symbolic representation of how close we are to doomsday. It's based on various factors like global conflict, environmental problems, the emergence of different technologies, and it gives you a time, how close we are to midnight. Midnight representing doomsday. This year we're 85 seconds away from it. So it's a stark reminder. And this isn't just His Holiness saying, that we're close to the potentiality of a third world war, but it's secular. The secular world is also.
I don't think it's possible to imagine that we'd be in this situation if it hadn't have been for the attack on Afghanistan, for the attack on Iraq, for the support for the war in Syria, for the bombing of Libya. All of these things massively destabilized the Middle East.
So this exhibition is the Human Rights and Justice exhibition, and it has two parts in essence. One deals with the human rights situation of religious minorities, in particular the Ahmadiyya Muslim community in Pakistan, where we face state-sponsored persecution, and a particular focus on prisoners of conscience. Mr. Mubarak Sani, imprisoned for life for memorizing the Holy Quran. Mr. Shiraz Ahmed in prison, in custody, awaiting charges and trials for sharing private messages on a WhatsApp group of personal belief. So really dire situation there, calling for joint action. And this year, on that side, we have a special joint exhibition with an NGO, a Catholic NGO, on freedom of religion to uphold Article 18, fundamental human right for freedom of religion and belief for everyone. So a call to action on all fronts there.
We have become desensitized to such an extent that every day we see these things and people do not realize these wars are continuing. My own professional colleagues tell me, oh, I thought the Gaza war was over. So we've been desensitized to a huge extent, and it is a serious concern.
Public opinion in this country, even in the US, is against these wars. The vast majority of people now in Britain do actually think that Israel is the main problem in the Middle East, do oppose the war in Iran, do think that British bases shouldn't be used, and that's something that should not just give us hope, but gives us a sense that the mobilisations that are taking place and the movement can be important.
Ultimately, it's about justice. It's humanitarian justice, economic justice, and social justice. I believe that the message that His Holiness has given is to try to bring us to that. If we've got this level of justice, you won't see these wars.